Hey girls, it's Emma, and wanted to let you know that I am trying to improve the quality of my videos a lot because my past ones have been kind of mediocre, a little bit like bad lighting and everything like that, and I want to improve on that. So if you have any advice or anything along those lines, that'd be awesome. But today I want to talk about BareMinerals. I love BareMinerals, and I picked up the BareMinerals kit from Sephora, one that looks like this. And then you put your foundation in it. And there was a little case in there, but I took it out when I took everything out. So this is empty right now. What is in here? There's nothing in here. Ooh, there's a piece of paper. This mystery piece of paper. What is it in the mystery? Oh, it's just like an instruction thing. Yeah, boring. So, let me go over what you get in the kit. You get your foundation. You get mineral veil. You get warmth and a little baby size of the Prime Time facial foundation primer. And you get 3 brushes. So to start off your face, what you want to do first is you prime it. And this primer is one of those classic kind of silicone-y primers. You know, like the Smashbox ones or anyone that is just that classic kind of thick foundation primer that makes your face really smooth and really soft. So just one of those. And then you go on to the BareMinerals foundation. Now this one does have a slight sheen to it. I don't know if I enjoy the sheen or not, but this is what the color looks like. I'm not sure. But there's definitely a sheen to it when you wear it. Now I also have the matte version, and the thing with the matte that bugs me is like the colors are not the same. Now I'm not sure if you can tell, but when you look at it from my angle, you can definitely tell a difference. And with my fair skin, the matte doesn't work out very well. Like these, now, not easy. There's a difference in color in these products, which bugs me a lot because I like the matte formulation better because it doesn't have that weird shine to it. But I like the color of the original better because it matches my skin tone, doesn't make me look orangey. So what I've decided is I'm just going to use the BareMinerals matte in the summertime and the BareMinerals original in the wintertime when my skin is super bare. Then they come with the warmth, which is kind of like a complexion enhancer. They call it an all-over face color. And this is a great bronzer for fair skins, even though it does not look like it's fair skin appropriate because it looks really dark. If you take the slightest amount and you just like buff it in really well, it gives you such a gorgeous look. I use the Flawless Face Brush and I go buff, 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 buff in the lid with only like a speck of powder in there, and I just go. And that's all I do with that. Then I take the Mineral Veil. I love the Mineral Veil. This is like the best setting powder known to man, I believe. Just awesome. It is so like light and creamy and awesome, and I just love it. Best powder ever. Then I also have the BareMinerals Well Rested, which is a concealer I use, not just for under eyes, but I use it all over my face because I'm super fair, so I can use it as an all-over color, and I really enjoy that. Now, overall, what do I think of the products? I think it could use a little more coverage. When I put it on, I almost always have to go in with the Well Rested, and I almost always have to pack on some more with the brush. This is the Bare Essentials Max Coverage Concealer Brush, and you can just like take the foundation and like touch it and then just pat it on, and it gives you so much more coverage, which is awesome that it does, but I wish that without doing that it would give you more coverage. I mean, maybe it's the brush, maybe I should switch to a more dense brush than the full Flawless Face Brush. On that note, the brushes are awesome. These are probably some of the softest brushes that I've ever felt. I know that some people complain that these guys aren't soft, but I truly believe they have enhanced them a lot since they first came out. My mom has some brushes, and like she has this same brush, but my brush is so much softer. But she got hers a couple years back, so I think the times have definitely changed. The BareMinerals Well Rested is definitely a good purchase, whether you're fair or you have a little more tan. If you're fair, you can use it all over. If you're a little more tan, you can just use it right under your eyes and it'll really brighten your whole face up. As far as lasting power goes, it does last the whole day. The primer does make a difference, I find. If I use it in the morning, it'll last me the whole day. Whereas if I don't, it'll last me just a school day, and then when I get home, I have to, touch it up if I have to go anywhere. So I usually use this if I have like anything I have to do after school or anything along those lines. But if I'm just going home and doing homework, I don't really ever use it. So that is BareMinerals. The main thing that sells me on BareMinerals is that they're natural and they're a really good kind of not bad for your skin brand. I used Revlon Color Stay for a couple of months last year, and it totally broke out my skin. But not because I had not because like there was an ingredient that made me allergic to it. It was because it was just so thick and gumpy, and I wasn't getting it off properly, and it just I would have bumps all over my face, and it was disgusting. But the BareMinerals, you don't have those bumps. It looks like you have no makeup on. It looks like you're completely natural, which is what I love about it. I mean, the BareMinerals matte makes you look a little bit not as natural. BareMinerals original makes you look pretty much super duper natural. So if you want the coverage, you're going to have to probably go with a liquid foundation or a higher coverage powder foundation. But if you want that natural look, BareMinerals is the way to go. Now, if you want a video of me applying my BareMinerals, I would love to do that. So comment down below if you want a video on my foundation routine, which would be my BareMinerals routine. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!